Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation2. Alright, we got first in the fifth competition, really happy with that. And of course, the union that came in fifth, and of course, personal contribution to union that got second. So, really happy. Generally, this is the fifth competition, we got one more to go. A lot of preparation work as usual when you end the competition. Alright, so this is the middle of the competition. I mean, in the previous video, I've shown you I've claimed the 4000 keys legendary, and when I start, I was quite happy. We got second at the starting point, and then now that the fact that we have worked really hard, we came in first, and of course trying to maintain that top spot throughout. So gradually you can see there is a huge gap created, so that secures the positioning that I'm in. As for the union, apparently that depends on your union members, so that is something that is not really within our control. But personally, your contribution towards that union is within your control. If you do well, you get a greater share of those union points, so that wouldn't be too bad. So generally, that's how it works for a union. So here you can see the kind of jobs that we have. Apparently quite lucky, we got those already delivered, and that will give us a bit more of those EP, and that would create a bigger gap. And as usual, keys will start dropping post 100% contribution to the event map. So that's how it worked out. Currently dropped to 30. Eventually I think it dropped to 25, I think all the way to 15 if you are able to push on really hard on this. So in terms of preparation work, as usual, make sure you have those 3 jobs created, then do not deliver and then do not collect them. That will give your EP head start. And of course, all your event items in the warehouse and the non-event items in the factory output tray, especially those that make a long while to basically make them. And those raw materials in the input tray, like for example, if I make nails, a bit got more steel in standby. Likewise, you make chairs, you've got nails and so-called those timber. So that's basically how it works out. Alright, so in terms of warehouse, always emphasize the 5 building technique. Once you have that 5 building layout, keep all the other buildings, have only 5 low-level buildings. Then normally what I do is that I display very unique piece, the special building in the center, surrounded by the normal buildings. Alright. So here we go again, especially those rare train. It's really tough. Normally rare trains, the one is the roadblock, the obstacle in you winning. If you got a lot of those rare train delivery, I think it'll be disastrous. So because of that rare train, the gap between myself and the second in place seems to be narrow, but hopefully after we go through this tough period of the rare train delivery, we could start again to create that gap. Alright, so here we are climbing in terms of the spot for the personal contribution to union, maintaining at 3rd right now, and eventually I scored 2nd. The union, like I said, is a contribution by all members. Of course, there are indeed some members that are not playing or not playing that well. That will pull down the ranking for your union, but that's really something you can't control. You can see me moving up in terms of the union as well as personal contribution to union. That is really keeping luck in place, just pure luck. Alright, so with that union contribution to union points, apparently that will work towards getting more coins or parts that you can actually achieve in the shop for the union. There's additional to what you're already collecting from the rewards of the event itself. Okay, so here we are at really almost coming towards the tail end of this competition. 5th competition, as I said, is the second last competition. If you by now you've not collected that 1000 coins legendary, you got to work really hard, because the last event competition is coming, which is the last one, the 6th competition. You just got to calculate, if you really can't achieve 1000, then you got to spend those on coins and probably parts and whatnot. So it's really important sometimes to plan well, especially the first 3 competition. You got to really score really high, like 1st or 2nd or 3rd, at least top 5 for sure. And then with that, you'll secure your 1000 coins legendary. As for the 4,000 keys, you just got to save up before you exchange. Do not go for the common, rare and epic first. Always go for the legendary. Then you can use up the balance keys for the other trains. If you can get epic, then it depends whether you can get a common or rare as well. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure you get 2 legendaries, 1 epic and a special building. So that's the bare minimum you should be aiming for in every single event. That you will be able to build a really strong fleet. And as you grow stronger in terms of your fleet size, you remember to increase the capacity of 1 legendary to the maximum of 80. That will help you a lot. If you could do the second one 80 as well. So I'm working on that. I currently got an 80 and a 70. So if you're going to do 2 80s, that would definitely be a very efficient train delivery for you. Alright, so I got first here, and of course going to save up a bit more for those golden parts. I'm going to watch video later on to get those gems, and now I'm going to let my last reward from the reward path, a container. Alright, so we're going to go up to 3 big boxes previously, and now let's see, probably going to do 2 or maybe, let's see, got a chance to do 1 more. Oh yes, we do. So 3 big boxes as well. We got 50 of those coins, and hopefully the next one we can change the other 50 balance, and hopefully we still got more for the big boxes. So really happy so far. Really glad that we managed to get the first for a few of this competitions. Alright, so now as usual there's a new icon. I'm going to change the owner picture to the new one, and then I'm going to change it back to Santa Claus, my favorite. Right, so that's it in terms of this one. So far 173 competitions has done. I've got a good number of first, second and third, so that adds on to the headquarter points, and headquarter points has its own rewards. Alright, so make sure you work hard to get first, second and third. Continuously upgrade your trains to the fullest. That will also contribute to headquarter points as well. Alright, so now I'm going to try my best to do up these 3 deliveries and then keep them aside in preparation for the next competition, the SEP head start. If you need slightly more keys, you can work hard to complete them, but make sure you have 3 keep aside before the start of the last competition. Thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Have a good rest. Goodbye.